Namaste, Tina Thrussell here with the Shin Dao, the Way of the Heart. Yesterday it became incredibly apparent to me how important it is to pay attention to what you're focusing on. As I watched my father-in-law, whom Neil had taken to emergency at 10 p.m., good morning, Sherry, and they got back from the hospital at 4 in the morning. I chose to stay at home rather than sit in the emergency room with them, and I cleaned bathrooms and did some laundry at 11 o'clock at night, just to keep my focus on doing something positive and moving forward while they were in emergency. And then the next day, yesterday, Monday, we were sitting in the living room and Dad had the oxygen monitor on his finger, and oh my goodness, he was really fussing and worrying about how his oxygen levels were down to 93 or 94 instead of being at 100%. My goodness, anything over 90% is really great. And that focus, that worry was taking so much of his energy. And what I saw that it was doing to him made me very aware of all the times that I have focused on something that wasn't feeling quite right, and putting all of that energy and focus on that only magnified it. I know that what we focus on expands in our lives. At least I've heard that many times. And it's easy for us to forget and really get caught up in the worrying or the focusing on what we don't want rather than focusing on what we do want to see in our lives. And it was just so easy to have it made apparent by watching someone I love so dearly go through what they were going through. So I was just reminded to really pay attention to what I am focusing on. I sat this morning with my kitty purring in my lap and did my meditation time and said my affirmative prayer, which is basically an acknowledgement that I am born of the source of all that is, and therefore have that unconditional love in my heart and have the powers to create my reality by being born of that source of all that is. And that is an empowering feeling, and I choose to focus on starting my day with the gratitude. Grateful for Friday's teacher support staff convention opportunity where I facilitated self-care for sanity. A beautiful day that was like a mini retreat at their convention. And for those women who participated, that one said, oh, I feel like I've had a reset. And all of them were actually reluctant to leave at the end of the day. And normally, I've been to a lot of conventions. By Friday, they're watching the clock and can't wait to go home. And we were all standing around, and I thanked them wholeheartedly for participating. And they just kind of were lingering. They were so excited to leave because we'd created such a beautiful experience together. And I chose to focus on that this morning as I'm moving into this day. And may I be in service to others in that sort of beautiful way again today. I invite you to just pay attention to what you're focusing on. And if you're focusing on how you're not feeling well or something's not going right, be aware that you can shift that focus in any moment. Every moment is a choice. Choose what you're going to focus on now. Focusing on gratitude always helps lift us out of a funk and takes us into a place of moving forward again in our lives. So that's all I'll say about today. Be aware of what you're focusing on as you move through your week. I thank you for focusing in here on this video, for sharing it if you feel called. I love you so much for your support and your willingness to be here and say hi. Have a beautiful, and don't just have, create a beautiful day. Mwah. Namaste. I see you.